All right, Aries, welcome into your reading. This is going to be a general message for anyone with prominent Aries placements in your birth chart. So you could be an Aries sun, an Aries moon, Aries rising. You could have a stellium of planets in your first house, or you could have many planets in the sign of Aries. And if you're cross-watching for an Aries, welcome into the reading. All right, let's see what is going to come through for the group of Aries that I'm reading for today. I think that this reading is going to be very specific to someone or a small group of people, to be honest, because of the vision that I got when I was channeling. So it just seems that you at this time have a lot going on. All right, somebody is tired. Somebody is going through a lot. And whether that be like going through a really transformative, cathartic moment in life, or you're just really, really busy. It does have that busy, tired, I just want to go home, take a shower, put my pajamas on and rest type of feeling, but you can't because there's a lot going on. So you're working on something, you're preparing for something. Maybe you find yourself all of a sudden like in this situation where you're responsible for other things. I don't know if these responsibilities are necessarily yours or you're just helping out, and all of a sudden, because of your character, because of your personality, you just find yourself sort of in control or taking the lead. And therefore, with that leadership, with that type of authority comes responsibility and more added onto your plate, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's like look around, sort of step back and assess the situation. What can you delegate or what can you just put aside for a bit? I don't know. It just feels like you've been going hard for a good bit and, it's time to take a break. It's time to take a breather. I was also pulling cards. Obviously, you see the card of the vision here on the table. And this card talks about exactly what it says, right? Having a vision. So I don't know if you have forgotten your way or you have sort of stepped away from your goals recently. All of a sudden you find yourself like, okay, like where am I? What are my priorities right now? And how did I get myself here? Like maybe before you were working on something specific, working on the bigger picture, working on your future, like whatever it is. And now you have this moment of awareness and you look around and you're not where you thought you were going to be, right? Like, in other words, you're supposed to be somewhere else, or at least that's what you're thinking to yourself. You're supposed to be somewhere else based off of the vision that you had for yourself. So it's like one thing led to another, right? Like all of a sudden you found yourself in this web of things going on. And it's like, go back. Okay. Like go back to basics, go back to who and what you want, who you are, give the burden away. If you can't literally give these responsibilities, obligations, and burdens to the people that they actually belong to, because I do feel that some of this stuff is not yours, give it to the universe, right? And just let the universe say like, hey, like the way they say in Catholicism or Christianity, like God take the wheel, whatever religion you are, doesn't matter. The point is like, give it, let go of it, release it. Some of this stuff probably is not super duper important, right? A lot of this stuff I do feel is like favors, or maybe you are trying to distract yourself from something that you are saying yes to all of these favors or something like that. But it's just starting to build up, on your plate a little. So something to think about. I was also hearing something about a light worker. I don't know if you consider yourself a light worker, but the energy I was feeling was, whether you're a light worker or not, like, I mean, you probably are. You might as well be, but it didn't feel like you. Okay, it felt like someone else claiming to be a light worker. It was like I was hearing things like melodies or poems or like rhyming, as though this quote unquote light worker uses words to portray themselves a certain way. You just want to be careful with the people who are in your environment at this time when we have so much going on. You know, maybe I don't know how to explain this. Like, just be careful with your group, okay? It just feels like there is some influence happening that is not completely authentic. And this person claims to be a light worker, or maybe they don't use the word light worker, but there's something light, there's something healing or something about them. Maybe they try to influence you a certain way, or with their words mostly. Okay, so they flow, they rhyme, they're poetic, they're fanciful or something like that. Like, it's just not very realistic. And I don't know if and they could be a good positive influence in your life. I don't know. It just, the way it made me feel was somebody is portraying themselves to be a certain way. Like they're trying too hard. Okay. I don't know what that is. We'll see if that comes through in your reading. But it just, yeah, somebody is trying too hard. And so therefore, to me, how I'm feeling it, it's not coming through as natural, as authentic, as like, yes, they are a light worker, you know, like maybe they're in light worker school. Like they're learning how to be a light worker. So, you know, they're spilling all of these words that they're learning and that they're becoming aware of or something like that to you. And yeah, I don't know. You make your decision as to, you know, where that's going, what that's leading to. All right, let's see what's coming through in your personal energy. So far, it just seems like you're really busy. You need a break. And go back to your vision. Go back to your goals. Go back to your, you know, hobbies or your passions in life, like what you want to be working on, what you should be working on, what lights your soul on fire, what, you know, makes you feel really good inside. There's something about your vision that the universe is like, remember it. Go back to it. There's something there. There's a message for you there. There's a learning experience for you there. You know, you've gone this far. It's like something is driving you away from your vision. And it could be all of this busyness that is going on. Okay. So, you know, just whatever, at the end of the day, like the guidance, the message is stick to the vision. So whatever you're working on that has you so busy, it could be that as well. Like you're really busy doing something, and you find yourself thinking like, why am I even doing this? Look at, as I say busy, the busy card, the work card. If you think to yourself like, why am I even doing this or whatever, like you have a vision, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, okay? But in your personal energy, there's a lot of focus on work right now. It does not have to be your 9 to 5, but work in general. You are working hard. You're so into whatever this is right now. Very busy work. You don't have a lot of time to do anything else, it seems. You're building something, creating something. There's a lot of repetition, doing it over and over again, going back. I'm feeling like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know if you're like a Uber driver or like you pick up, drop off, transit, you know, I don't know, something like that. What else for the Aries and their personal energy, please? I mean, this is a really good card when you're trying to get something done, for sure. So yeah, you are working on something, as we've said many times already in this in this reading. Sorry about it. It's just I can't get past that feeling. of you being super busy. All right, what else? Ooh, Aries. It's like nothing else. Nothing else. That's all that's important. That's all I want to do right now. That's all I have to do right now. Nothing else is important. I don't care about anything else but this thing that I'm working on. I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to be thrown off course. I've gained a lot of momentum. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. There's nothing else that matters right now but this, it feels like. Working for love. Working for love. What is this about? This is your personal energy, all right? So you're coming through as a Queen of Wands, male or female. Very clear, very sharp right now. All right, there's no room for wishy-washy. There's no room for confusion. All right, like your words are clear, cut throat, cut through, something like that, something with cutting. And you expect others to also reciprocate that type of energy when they are communicating with you and speaking with you. But at the same time, there's emotion involved here. Usually the Queen of Swords is really dry, all right, as it relates to like emotion. And not to say that he or she doesn't have emotion. That's not what I mean. But they lead with the intellect. They lead with the mind. There's some detachment there, usually because of these formed behaviors, these way of being that helps them cope with emotions and deal with emotion and, rationalize their feelings. I think the work and the repetition is helping you stay clear and really identify what it is you're feeling. It's like cutting through the bullshit of your trauma, cutting through, and compartmentalizing sort of, like filtering down and getting deeper and deeper and until you actually like pierce the emotion. The raw emotion is what's going on here. You want to be clear. You want to be right about what you're feeling. So I don't know if some of you were confused before. At the time of this reading, I just don't think you're confused now. Yeah. But you're working for love. So whatever you're doing it for love. Whatever you're doing it for your family, for your partner, for the love of the work, even. But you are communicating honestly, directly, authentically, which is beautiful. It's great. And I just don't feel like anything is distracting you right now. And if something is trying to distract, that's another thing I was getting before the reading. It did feel like there are multiple energies, and this could be like in the form of people, whether it is in the 3D or in the, astral realm. But it did feel like there were energies trying to get your attention or looking toward you. So just something to consider, to know that there's other people like in your energy field. It's like they're watching you do this work. What else? What is in the environment for the Aries, please? All right, you have the Death card in your environment. So something has changed. Something is changing. Something is ending. Someone's fighting this change. Someone's fighting this ending. Whoa. Look at that. 2 swords, 2 aces. So in your environment, again, it's the same energy of cutting through the bullshit and getting to the truth. Whatever this was that you were confused about before, whatever got you here, really impacted you. So much so that it catalyzed a change. I'm hearing revolutionary. I don't know why. Like you feel like there's a revolution. Like, are you feeling strongly about a situation? Therefore, you're putting so much work, effort into it. It's like you feel so strong. You want to cause change, not just for yourself, but for your outer environment as well, or for the people involved, something like that. And so therefore, like, you have become some sort of leader in this revolution or in this change. And it's like it's something that you really stand for. It's something that you really believe in. It feels really passionate and strong. There's a lot of strength and like bravery coming through here in this feeling that I have. But you believe in it so much. Like, this is your truth. This is the truth. There's nothing but this. Like I was feeling earlier, like nothing matters right now but this, whatever this is. You're trying to make a change in your environment. So you might be a part of a society, a part of a group, like whether it's your workplace or your family dynamics or just a group setting. You are leading the pack. You're making the change. You're creating the change. You're initiating change. It's like enough of the wishy-washy mumbo jumbo, enough of the fakeness, enough of the, the pleasantries or the niceties. Like, it's just, give me the rawness. Give me the truth. Give me the underbelly of the thing. You're overcoming a lot right now. It's like one thing after another. And that is the feeling I was getting for whoever I was channeling. You're working so hard. You're tired. All right. It's a lot happening. And it's just like one thing after the other, after the other. It's like a long, busy day that never ends. All right. Well, let's see. Get some more details. Go into the next part of the reading. Whenever you're reading this, whenever you're watching this, we're going to look into the next 30 days and see what there is for you to anticipate, what to prepare for. Could be people, situations, circumstances coming through. So we'll get a look at the future a little bit here. If you're interested, I am recording in June 2024. But whenever you come across this reading, it could be in June, it could be next year, it could be 5 years from now. Something led you here. So we'll see what the universe wants to say, what messages the universe wants to bring forth for the Aries, please. Ooh. All right, this one is yelling. Wow. Wow. Didn't I say there was a lot of strength here? A lot of bravery. The Strength card comes out. You have the Temperance card. These are 2 major face cards or major arcana. So these have a higher impact or a stronger impact on us when these cards come out, these types of cards come out. And there are two cards at this time. This is the focus. This is the energy that is coming through, that is trying to push through into the outer world, into your reality at this time, which is the Temperance and the Strength card. So there's like this thing about, there's a lot to say about someone who is patient. There's a lot to say about, like, taking your time and making sure that things are done right. Coming from the heart, always remembering, like, whatever happens, wherever you end up, maybe this all started with a vision. It all started with an idea and it turned into a revolution. As you are going deeper and deeper into this thing and you're taking the lead and you're making changes and you're making moves and all of the things, don't forget the heart. Why are you doing it in the first place? Why did you start this in the first place? You wanted to harmonize something. You wanted peace. You wanted calmness. You wanted your life to get better, to be done with the struggle. I'm feeling. It's like, I have to go through this busy work. I have to go through this moment of exhaustion, getting all of the things done, putting all of the things into place so that I can have this type of life, so that I can have more peace, so that I can have more harmony, so that I can come together with, somebody, or with, like, bring people together. There's an end goal here. And once you reach that goal, things will calm down. It's a literal result. Like, everything you're working on right now is for a literal reason. All of this effort that you're putting in, it's a tangible result. You're going to be it. You're going to live it. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it, like whatever it is. Okay. So it does feel that way. Very tangible, very realistic, like in the 3D world. But like I said, everything you're doing is for that. You are coming from the heart. You're just being super brave right now. Some of you might be coming out of your comfort zone just a little bit. Whoa. You have 3 aces so far in this reading. With change comes the new, right? With change, like, it's literally getting rid of the old, stepping into the new. With 3 aces, there's definitely new energy here. Like I said, this feels real. This feels tangible, like it's in the 3D. You literally have the Ace of Pentacles coming out of it, which is exactly that. So this is telling me we're on the right track here with this reading. Let's keep going. This is opportunity. I'm feeling like, I don't know if any of you have ever seen that show, The Sandman, I think on Netflix. And the girl in the show is what they call a vortex. And the concept of this in reality, like in our 3D world, is you say yes, you take opportunity, right? Like this idea of, what do you have to lose? If you come across a decision or a choice between, can I ask for this, or should I ask for help, or should I ask someone to give me this thing, or shouldn't I? Right? Like you're at a crossroads there, and you either can ask the person or the situation, like whatever it is, for what you want. And you have a 50-50 chance of it going your way. You have a 50-50 chance of the person saying yes or no, right? Or you cannot ask at all, right? So in the show, basically what happens is, like, when you're a vortex or something like this, I don't know exactly, but the feeling I'm getting is similar to, like, you're attracting and you're sucking in what you want, okay? In reality, what that looks like is you're asking for what you want, and when you do that, you have a higher chance of getting what you want by literally asking for it, right? So, versus not asking at all, then how are you going to get what you want? I don't know why this is coming through, but there's something along those lines of like, just be the vortex and attract and bring in what you want, not just by working for it and blood, sweat, and tears for it, right? But by literally asking the person, the source, right, for what you need and what you want and taking it. I don't know if some of you can have what you want just by asking. That could be a thing because I'm feeling this right now. But there's something about that of like, I don't know how else to explain it. Ask for what you want. There's something about that. You might just get it. Okay. So like being the vortex and bringing in the energy of what you're trying to achieve here. This is the 6 of Wands. Wow. I didn't even notice that. That's exactly what we're talking about. There's a lot of luck here and right place, right time. There's a lot of ambition, yes, but also like getting the thing that you want, like being victorious. Like you got it, you won, you did the thing. There's recognition as well. Some of you are that leader right now that everybody is sort of looking up to, or people are looking at you like, wow, like how did you manage to get that? I don't know. For whoever this is, it's like you're working on something that you once thought was impossible, or others may think is impossible or just too hard to do. And you're just like focusing on it. Nothing, like I said, nothing else matters right now because you're so gung-ho on getting this thing, and you're gonna get this thing. There are people out there that want something so bad, but they don't put in the effort, or they put in the effort and they have negative thoughts, or maybe even subconscious behaviors or belief systems that block them or prevent them, right? Like there's so many ways that us as humans go about sabotaging ourselves. And with you and whoever I'm picking up on, it's like you're being super clear about those obstacles, whether they're internal or external, and you are cutting through them because this is the only way that you can think of that you will be able to create this thing, this vision that you have that seems impossible. 8 of Swords. King of Cups, male or female. This is not you. Someone is, hold on. Someone is intimidated. Someone is very intimidated. There's someone else here. They're hanging on by a thread. All right, so you have the 8 of Swords, the King of Cups, male or female, the 4 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups, the 4 to the 5. You just got to be really careful, Aries. I mean, this is not your problem unless it's like your child or your husband or your wife, right? To an extent, your parents. But even then, depending on their state of being and their health and all of that, it may not necessarily be your problem either. But for the most part, this is not your problem. I understand that you want to help, or maybe you have the means to help, or someone is just like coming toward you asking for the help. I don't know if this is like what I was picking up on is of like somebody asking for something. So are they asking you for help? But someone feels like they are at a loss. Someone is going through it. All right. There's some depression here, some sadness. Like I said, they're holding on by a thread. They're a very deep and broody type of person. Okay. So with your light and your fire, and especially at a time like this where it's like just on, right? Like you're blazing. Your fire is blazing right now. I just don't know if you can accommodate this really heavy, dark water energy that's around you. Someone just has like a more of a negative outlook. And I don't think you're allowing them to really like bring you down. I think you see it, you observe it, but there is that level of detachment, like I said, which is great. I think that that's perfect for you to have at this time. You know, if they actually need like medical assistance or something like that, I'm sure you'll be there. But other than that, it's like you know that they're going through this, but what can you do? You know, what can you do right now? I mean, and it's okay. I think that if you were meant to do something for this person, if you were meant to help them at this time of life, you yourself would be in a different situation that would have room for it, or that would just overall, like, how can I say, does that make sense? Like you would be available. If you were meant to be available, you would be. You're just not meant to be available for them right now. You're so busy doing whatever it is that you're doing. They need to understand that you know, your journey is not theirs. Their journey is not yours. Whatever it is that they're going through, they're going through. But they are holding on by a thread. But I do feel that there is some fire in them as well. I think that they are like at the midst of a transformative moment themselves. I think that they're in the ashes of that death rebirth process of the phoenix coming back to life, right? Like they're about to fly out of this cocoon. They just don't know it. This card right here, the way it's depicted, this butterfly is about to spread its wings. It doesn't know that it's about to fly. All it knows, or all it feels right now, is that it's about to fall off this branch, right? And who knows, right? Like get poked by these needles, be eaten by a frog, like whatever. I don't even know if frogs eat caterpillars and whatever this is. Anyway, but that's all it thinks, right? So in other words, if this is a person, you know, it doesn't know that this person doesn't know that they are about to soar. All they know is their current reality, what they've been through thus far to get them to where they're at. And to them, they're hanging on by a thread. And if anybody knows anything about death rebirth, if anybody knows anything about shadow work and have gone through your, what do they call it? In that spiritual world, the dark night of the soul, then you know that when you're at your lowest and you think you're about to literally die, right? The light shines. The universe comes through. God, goddess comes through, right? And the next morning, everything is different. You wake up, the opportunity is there. The phone call comes through. You know, the money comes through. like whatever it is that you think you're lacking in that moment, right? That sets you off into that other direction. It's like a ping pong type of thing. And it'll happen for them. They just think that it's not. They don't know that it's about to happen. So, you know, whether you've been through this moment before yourself and you know that the light always comes after the darkest night, I think that if you do know that, that'll give you some peace of mind to say, like, okay, they're going to be all right. They're just going through it right now. All right. And this energy will be of focus or some sort of involvement. You'll be involved with this person and this energy in the next couple of weeks or so. So something to anticipate and prepare for. They may be needing your counseling. They may be needing a shoulder to cry on or somewhere to stay for the night or something like that. Just once again, don't forget the vision. All right. Next 3 to 4 weeks, you have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords, along with the Fool card. Yes, 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 yes. This card wanted to come through earlier. The 10 of, or it's the 9 of Pentacles. You have the Lover's card at the bottom. I've been drinking soda. It's not the best habit, but I can't help it. I went from Red Bull to Big Red. Now I'm drinking Coke. Anyway. All right. What is this? Did I prepare these cards? Oh, no. So 3 to 4 weeks from now, the energy may get a little bumpy. There's something about some heartbreak or a perceived loss. Maybe a conversation happens here because you have the 3 of Pentacles between you and your lover, your wife, husband, somebody that you have some romantic feelings for. There could be a little argument or something like that. But it feels like hurt feelings to me. Someone got their feelings hurt. I think that there's a conversation about it for sure. And I think once you have this conversation, there's a new start. Okay, so there's a chance for a new beginning between 2 people. For some of you, I will not sugarcoat this. For some of you, after this happens, you're going to see and become aware of the fact that you're better off on your own. For others, this conversation and this little fight just created a little bit more freedom. And it took, like a lot off of your shoulders. And maybe you got some things off of your chest as well. So therefore you can breathe. Therefore you feel lighter. You feel fresh and new, and and maybe you got to rest, right? At the same time, maybe you were able to rest, because 3 to 4 weeks from now, there's some new start, some fresh new energy coming through, not without a little bit of pain and loss here. Okay, so there's something to know, and that is just how the pendulum swings. That is how life is. There's always a balance. Nothing can always be, one-sided or whatever, right? So, again, after the darkest night comes the light. All right, let's get some clarification. Go into some clarifiers here. Start off with the Temperance card and the Strength card. What else can we see for the Aries, please? If you like this video, if you're getting anything out of it, great. I'm super happy that you are. And I would be even happier if you liked the video. Click the little thumbs up button. That would be super awesome of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description of the video. Personal readings are very similar to this. It's just obviously personal to you. email me. I'll get back to you. We'll set something up. Also subscribe to the channel. All right, temperance and strength, please. Three of Wands. Yeah. All that fire, and passion, and getting things going. You might just be like soliciting others or talking it over with other people, like whatever your vision is. King of Wands, there you are. Aries card for Aries energy. Initiator, doer, action, energy, activity, movement. I'm feeling competition also. I don't know if there's like a competition or like between you and another. The Emperor. I mean, this is all you right here. King of Wands, Emperor, Three of Wands. Like, forget it. This is so Aries and fire and passion and excitement. You are feeling really good in your body as well. If you're not, I strongly recommend that you look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself that you're the shit. Like, there's something about your confidence. You need it right now. You need the Aries confidence right now. You need to feel good. You need to look good. You need to dress up. Like, do your Aries thing. If you're not already, because this is going to help you somehow, some way. I'm feeling propel and just like with that confidence, because when you're working, and that's the other thing, I'm glad that I'm feeling that right now, because in the vision, the person that I was watching, they just looked really tired, and like, it's like hair in a bun and you're just like all day and you're cleaning clothes or something like that, right? Like, no, step back, take some time for yourself, right? Go get your hair done, your nails done, or, I don't know, whatever males do to self-care. But yeah, like, come back, okay? Come back to the confidence, come back, get dressed, show up, feel good. It's going to remind you again, like, what you're working on, who you are, what you want, what this vision is. You're not so deep in the work. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror one day and be like, oh my God, like, I haven't even colored my hair in months, or, like, whatever the thing is at some point, right? Like, get those things done. What is the Ace of Pentacles? And if not for anything, but for yourself, okay? To feel good. Like, if some of you are saying, why do I need to look good or whatever? I'm not there to impress anybody or whatever. Who cares? It's for your own self. Okay. Ace of Pentacles and Six of Wands. Oops, Strength card right next to the Strength card. Somebody may be a Leo or have Leo energy here. Leo placements, fifth house placements, sun, strong sun placements. What else? You have the Nine of Swords, which is, oh no, that's the Eight of Swords. It's the Nine of Swords. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is not perfect, right? No one is perfect. Nothing is perfect. We just make the best of what we have. If you come in a time where you feel just overwhelmed because, once again, you're tired, you're working too hard, whatever the case is, just step back. Just step back, take a break. Jeez. Why? One more for this. Look at all this red. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at all that. And you have the Queen of Cups at the bottom. This is not you. This is influence. I'm telling you, there was that other energy around you doing something with their words and their broodiness. I said this is a water energy. You have the King of Cups, male or female. You have the Queen of Cups, male or female. The Ace of Cups. Not to say anything bad about water. I am water as far as my prominent signs go. But there's something about this energy, this water energy, that is too deep, too engulfing the ocean, you know, like you're blazing. This is the ocean. How? The only way a blazing fire and the ocean can come together is literally on the beach, right? Like a fire on the beach next to the water, but not inside the water. Don't go in the emotion. Don't go into the darkness. Don't go into these psychological, belief system situations, whatever. Like, stay the course. Remember why you're doing this. Remember the vision. That's why I'm saying stop, take a step back, self-care, self-love. Okay, regroup. You're not done. There's more to go. This transformative stuff, if you're going through an actual death rebirth moment in life, this does not take weeks and it does not take months. It takes years. And it really never stops. It just depends on the severity of it. But if you're deep in it right now, or you're just coming out of it, like you're feeling good, you're feeling better or whatever, we are never healed. There's always healing to do. We will be healing until we die. We will be changing until we die. Like, even then, that's the ultimate change. And our soul keeps going. But anyway, just keep the course. Stay on the course. It's easier said than done. I get it. All of these swords are just your thoughts and your sabotage and your limited beliefs. You think you don't deserve something. You think you're getting karma for something. You're not. There's something about that right now. What is it? What is this? Are you seeing someone else get karma? Are you seeing someone else? There's an awareness and a big moment of realization coming through. You have Judgment, the Magician, the Ace of Swords to clarify this Eight of Swords and this King of Cups. Again, that Magician energy, that weird somebody portraying themselves to be a light worker energy. Someone's magician ways, you're seeing that. You're becoming aware of it. Okay. I think that something happens in the next few days where you go through a win. You get a win somehow. Okay. You have an opportunity come through. You take it. It's like, F yes, right? Like, this is here, or I did it, or like, check this out. Like, this happened and, blah, 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 whatever. Like, it's an opportunity. It's an accomplishment in some way. It's someone here overcame something that they've been working on, whatever. And there's this influence that's like testing you and your belief system about it. There's no reason to feel like you don't deserve this thing, especially with how hard you've been working. And I think that once all of these, like, second guessing yourself and, second guessing your strength and your willpower and your abilities, your capabilities, like, can you do it? And blah, blah, blah. Something happens and it's like you realize something about the people in your environment here. and about how you've been kidding yourself about a person or a situation, more likely a person, because you start to see their true nature. Yep, you start to see their true nature. And whatever this is, it's a facade, okay? This poetic, this person that uses all the words and it sounds so good and it sounds like they know what they're talking about. And, you know, up until now, they've done a lot of good for you or they've helped you see the light and blah, 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 whatever. Great. But underneath that, there's a lot of sadness and darkness. And you're starting to see it. What is the 4 and the 5 of Cups? Ace of Wands. There's the last ace. You'll have officially all 4 aces in your reading. High Priestess. 8 of Cups. One more. Six of Pentacles. They're using you for something. This person, I'm feeling so much from them right now. They have so much that they want to do. They have a lot that they want to do. They're intuitive, they're sensitive. They have some psychic ability here. They have a lot of potential. I'm feeling like someone that, hold on. Yeah, it's like I mean, this is it's probably not even personal, okay? Like to you, it's just who they are. But it does feel like there's so much more to them than meets the eye. There's so much more to them than you know. Yes, they're dark. Yes, they have sadness. Yes, they have this ability. I mean, these feelings within them of sadness and, you know, loss and all of that. They come across as jolly. They come across as happy. They are sort of, for the most part. I don't know. It's like someone can be happy but still be melancholy, right? Like someone can be happy but still have the darkness. Like it's something like that. They have their own stuff. Like I said earlier, they have their own thing going on. But there's something about this darkness within them or this sadness within them that you're starting to see. And so therefore you're starting to perceive that what they show on the surface is just a cover up for what's underneath. And it's not to say that it is malicious or anything like that. For some of you, if you'll know that if they're really really lying to you or using you in some way, like you'll know that. And you'll, with the Judgment card and the Ace of Swords, like you'll come to those terms and you'll see the truth of that. But otherwise, I just think that you're seeing the truth about a person in your life, basically. Okay, something happens after you went through this positive win, you notice their reaction toward it and you start to see their true side. they have a motive or like an agenda, but like I don't know if it's necessarily like has to do with you, but I do feel that part of their plan or part of whatever it is that they're working on, like you come into play somehow. You help them somehow. You're helping them in a way. They're using you in a way. And I'm not even saying like money wise or anything like that. It's like your presence or your energy or your vibe or your name. For some of you, like somebody's using your name for something. I don't know what this is. They have their own thing going on, but they have you in their life and you have them in your life. Like, but there's a reason that they have you there. There's a reason they're hanging out with you or want you around or something like that. What is the three of Pentacles and the three? Ooh, 2 3s. Yeah, there's some sadness. There's a loss that's gonna happen here. 5 of Swords. All these sword cards. Jeez Louise, for a fire reading. 6 of Cups. 6 of Wands. And 6 of Wands up here again. Just be careful with selfishness, with toxic behavior, people just like projecting and, I mean, when someone is coming from a place of trauma, right? Like, if you're observant and you're aware enough, you can see right through the bullshit. And again, I think that you are with this Queen of Swords. Someone's just acting a certain way. You know that they're hurting. You know that they're jealous. You know that they're envious. You know that whatever, they're coming from another place and they can't help themselves because they have not dealt with their demons. They have not dealt with the trauma. They have not overcome it and worked on it, right? The jealousy, the envy, the anger, the passive aggressiveness, the sarcasm, like however people are choosing to react to your wins and the positivity that you're bringing for yourself, that is not the underlying root emotion. That is the cover up because they don't know how to express what they're really feeling. And it's not about you. Okay? You're just a mirror for them, right? To project onto. That's it. And that's what they may be using you for, is just the mirror to project on because they may not have anyone else to take it out on. And it doesn't even have to be anger. It could just be all of those other feelings I was speaking to. But this 5 of Swords speaks to that exactly. So there's something about that coming through. And I think you see it, and I think that it hurts your feelings, that you feel hurt about it. And maybe you actually talk about it, maybe actually discuss it here with the 3 of Pentacles. What is the Fool and the 9 of Pentacles? The Empress. Beautiful. Oh my God. I can just stop there. Like, at the end of the day, no offense to anybody, but if this is not, once again, your kid, your husband or your wife, right? You can just go through this moment with this person, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it's not your life. It's not your livelihood. It's not your family. It's not your money. It's not your health. The Fool and the 9 of Pentacles, clarified by the Empress. This is you. This is what you're working on. This is your abundance. This is your blessing. This is what you have spent so many days, hours on building. Okay? And nothing is going to stop you. Even this energy here. Three of Pentacles again. Beautiful. 2 of Pentacles. You're balancing all of the things. 9 of Wands. Yeah, there's boundaries. There's talk about boundaries. You're blessed. You're abundant. You have everything that you need. And you've worked hard to get it. You've built it. And you're balancing things out, being fair. You need to put up the boundaries. Like, you have to. You know that. And you should, especially at a time like this. Beautiful. Good job. All right, let's see what this work your light oracle has to say. Universe, what is the guidance and the message for the Aries today, please? A good takeaway message for you guys. Unbound. Detach, Aries, detach. I think you're pretty good with that as it is, but for some reason, this is coming through. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Okay, so 8. So you can see it. It's time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. If they are coming up to be healed, there has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiration date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. All right, beautiful message there. Thank you so much for your time and energy today, Aries. I always like reading for you guys. I hope everything works out. Check out your rising sign, your moon sign, your partner sign. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.